Hi everybody, it's Kim and welcome to another episode of Come Spin With Me. I'm actually not even sure which one this is. It's been a really long week, I'm sorry. I think it's episode 5, I think. And I set my timer, I've turned up the volume, so hopefully we don't experience a bunch of cutoffs this week. Again, I'm trying to do this during my lunch hour while I'm working from home, so it'll have to be another short one. But, oh my God, shocking! I'm still spinning the same fibers, so it's not like that's going to be any big secret or surprise or anything that you'd want to see a lot of. So, let's see. Last week, I got some really nice questions in the comments section of my last spinning video. So, they were from Sally. And so I figured I would answer as many of her questions as I could. I think she only had like 2 questions and then a request. And I believe she asked, and I'm so sorry, Sally, if I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. I believe she asked me, 1, what is the brightest fiber that I have in my stash? 2, have I ever purchased something and thought, oh my God, what was I thinking? And then she wanted to see, I believe, some more hand spun objects, finished objects. So for today, I actually spent a good deal of time upstairs in the room of shame. Trauma. It was trauma. That room is, I don't call it the room of shame for nothing, and I swear if it really wasn't that bad, I would show you guys, but it is. We've always had a room in this house since we moved in, and it's been that room that has been a shameful, shameful disgrace. But I think of it kind of like a junk drawer, only it's a whole room. And when we first moved in, that room was the toy room for my son, and it was where old toys went to die, because it was just, it stacked up so high because we would, you know, clear things out for his birthday or for Christmas. We'd get rid of all the old stuff that he wasn't playing with anymore to make room for the new stuff. And we didn't have anywhere to put it, so it went in that room, and we always figured we'll go in and organize it later, we'll do, you know, a garage sale, or we'll do a giveaway, or we'll take them down to charity. Because when we had an apartment, that's what I did. Every Christmas, I took all of his toys to Goodwill, and we got him the new toys for Christmas so that we were never overwhelmed. Because we had an apartment, we didn't have the space. Anyway, my husband and my son spent a Saturday clearing out that room of toys for me, so I could use it for my fiber room. And I immediately started loading it up, and it has completely gotten away from me over the years. So it is a hazard, and I'm looking to make sure I'm not going over time. It is a total hazard, and I was walking around in there looking for something today, and oh my God, I almost fell. And had I fallen at the angle that I was in, the position that I was in, I'm pretty sure I would have broken my ankle, and I'm pretty sure I would not have been able to get out of that room. And I don't know who would have been able to come in and get me, but it wouldn't have been paramedics. Because I think they would have said, clear the way before we go in and get her. Oh, I don't know, they probably wouldn't. They probably just would have thrown everything out of the way, but it's my fiber. But anyway, so I went up there and I picked out a bright fiber. I don't think this is the brightest fiber that I have in my room, but it was the brightest fiber that I could get my hands on without hurting myself. So, for Sally, this is a very bright fiber. I hope that it's being caught by the camera. I know there's a lot of glare from the window. I'll show you the other side of the braid. This is called Weird and Has Problems, which is a fabulous name for a fiber. This is dyed by the lovely ladies at 2 of My Hand, Jalen and Maria, and this is a Maria colorway. The wonderful thing about Jalen and Maria is when they dye a fiber, I don't know if you can see that, there's so much glare, they will circle which one of them actually did the dyeing, so that you know if it's a Maria color or a Jalen color. This is organic merino, and it is, again, called Weird and Has Problems. I couldn't resist because of the name of the colorway, because I am weird and I has problems. And I wish I had cheeseburger, but I don't because I'm juicy. No cheeseburger. Anyway, I'll try to struggle through. Oh, God, just thinking about a cheeseburger. Oh. Okay, anywho. This has some beautiful areas of hot pink. It doesn't translate very well on the camera, but it's got these bright acid green sections against these hot pink sections with some dark navy blue and some purple in there. This is a beautiful bright colorway, and spun up, it will be gorgeous someday if I ever get to it. Okay, so that was the bright color. Then Sally asked if I had ever bought something and then thought, oh my God, what was I thinking? And you'd have to narrow that down to like, did you do that today? Or have you done that this week? Because I do that a lot, but it's not necessarily because the purchase is bad, more along the lines of, what was I thinking? I will never be able to spin all that. Or what was I thinking? I'll never be able to knit that. So I brought something down that's actually one of my very favorite colorways from one of my very favorite dyers. And the reason that I say this is a, oh my God, what was I thinking, is because I bought so much of it. Now this is only one bag. It's Bamboo Forest from Southern Cross Fibers, David in Australia. I've shown you his fibers before. I absolutely love them. Love them. I love him. I've said that before, and I'll say it a million times. I love you, David. I love you, David. Bamboo Forest is such a beautiful colorway, and it is a Shetland wool. Now, when I bought this, I wasn't crazy about Shetland wool. I thought it was pretty coarse, but I love the colorway so much, and it was a club colorway from a time when I was in the club. And I bought enough for a full sweater. So what I actually bought, I believe, is probably 8 bumps of fiber, 8 bumps of 4 ounces each, so way too much, 32 ounces. More than I will ever be able to spin ever, and I don't love spinning Shetland. So that was my what was I thinking. It has nothing to do with the fiber. It's absolutely beautiful, and someday, who knows, maybe I'll destash it, or maybe when I retire, I will have enough time to actually spin it. Or if I have a cheeseburger, I'll have the energy to spin it. I'll have like extra energy and I can spin extra a lot. Just kidding, that's not true. Anyway, Bamboo Forest. Only what was I thinking because, oh my God, I got so much. Okay. The other thing that you asked for was some more handspun finished objects. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to dig out anymore. I'm sure that I've still got a few, but most of the stuff that I've done with my handspun is either cowls, socks, or I've given it away. I gave away one that I really like, and maybe someday if you ask her really nicely, Sam will show it to you, because I did a test knit of a hat pattern, a cute little slouchy beret. I love slouchy hats. And I knit it in a handspun, and maybe she will show it to you. But in the meantime, even though I don't have a finished knitted object, I do have some finished yarns that I can show you that I haven't shown you before. The first one that I will show you is a beautiful turquoise colorway. This is a merino yarn, and I believe that the name of this colorway is Cairns. I just don't remember who the dyer was. I'm really sorry. This is a theme with me. I show you guys this stuff and I have no information on it. But I know that the name of the colorway was Cairns. It's in my stash, so I will try and look it up when I post this video, and if I have the information on who the dyer was, I will include it in the description box down below. Okay, the next one is actually 2 skeins. It's the same fiber. It's a BFL silk, and it was dyed by All Spun Up. This was a spin for a big project, and I believe I think I got 4 or 5 bumps of this, so I still have more to spin. It's a Navajo 3-ply. I'm sorry, this one was, if you couldn't tell, this was a traditional 3-ply that I did. So 3 separate plies being plied together, which gave you the barber pole. See? Okay, it's not me. There's no alarm. Ugh. Okay, so stop and start, hang on. Okay, that is so strange. It's an alarm clock function that doesn't actually alarm. It makes no sound. I don't understand that. weird. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Anywho, I was talking about the all spun up BFL silk. This is called, I think it was just called Rustic. And I think it was a fiber she offered for a spin along where you could order as many bumps as you wanted, and then she would dye to order basically. And it was called Rustic, either that or it was, oh no, it was the colorway of the month thing. It was like a club kind of thing. But she still dyed it to order, so anyway. It's beautiful, it's BFL silk, it has a beautiful luster, and when it's knit up, it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's very earthy, and I really, really like it, and I love to spin BFL silk, so getting multiple bumps of it shouldn't have been a problem. I just kind of tuckered out, I guess. I lost interest or saw something shiny over there and went for it. Okay, the last one that I have is actually just plain BFL. And I wanted to show this because normally I'm not a big fan of spinning things that are solid colors, only because there are so many beautiful hand-painted fibers out there, hand-painted tops with bright, vivid colors that, you know, when you spin it up the first time, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's so much fun to see what color slips through your fingers. You know, like this stuff, it's just beautiful. It's like, oh, I can't wait till I get to the purple section, or I can't wait till I get to the orange section. And it keeps me very, very interested and very engaged in what I'm spinning. Solid colors don't tend to do that for me, obviously, because you're not awaiting the next color change. But with this particular one, the BFL was so well prepped, and actually, funny enough, I got this fiber at TYF. In fact, I think it was a custom order, and I believe it was a Louette or Louet. I call it Louette anyway. Just a plain oatmeal, dark oatmeal BFL, and I ordered a bag of it, or two, I can't remember. And I started spinning it, and I so enjoyed spinning this fiber that the fact that it was a solid color and a natural color at that did not bother me at all. And I did a Navajo 3-ply. Just because I, you know, save the singles that way. I use up every bit of it. It's not, like I've said before, when you do a traditional 3-ply where you spin over the course of 3 bobbins, you are never going to spin, well, I can't say never, because I'm sure there's a magician out there that could. Normally, I am never going to spin 3 sections of fiber to the same length of a single. So when you go to ply it, there's always some left over on 1 or 2 of the bobbins, and that's kind of waste. I know some people know how to go back and use that and continue 3-plying that way. I can't figure it out, and it's too fiddly. Ain't nobody got time for that. So in order to make sure that I'm using all the singles, especially with something that's a solid color like this, there's no reason for me to do a traditional 3-ply to get color mixing or anything. Standard Navajo ply, chain ply. Love this. Doesn't it go beautifully with that? It's pretty. I love natural colors. Anywho, so without further ado, ha 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 ha, just kidding. We had lots of ado. I'm also trying being seated the opposite way. I had that suggested to me. I believe Sally suggested it too, and I heard it from somebody else that when I'm seated the other way and I turn, you guys can't hear me. So I thought I would try doing it this way, even though I just want everyone to recognize that this, not my good side. This is my good side, which is why I always film to this side. Ugh. So for you people, just for you people, I'm gonna do this. Okay, and as I get started spinning once again on the same singles that I've been spinning this whole time, I would like to say a hello to Helen. And I hope that you notice that Chicken is, yeah, she's in the shot. Chicken's in the shot. I gave her some beautiful daisies to sit next to so that it feels a little bit like she's outside. Ha ha ha, kidding. I love that chicken though. Ugh, I hate spinning on this little table. There's so much movement. Can you hear that? Good Lord. Clackety, clackety, clack. Ooh, that is so annoying. I think it's mainly because the table that it's on is really not super stable. If it was on something a little bit more firm, it probably wouldn't clack. Oh well, it's just gonna clack. Sorry about it. So I hope everybody had a good week. I know I did so far, because I don't have to go into the office until tomorrow. Hate going to the office. Tomorrow's going to be my first day at work with the newly renovated spaces, and I went by last week to see what everything looked like, and they've put us in much smaller cubicles with lower walls, so it is super loud and there is zero privacy. That is so conducive to employee morale. Ugh. Whatever. But at least I don't have my own space. Ha 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 ha. I found out while we were moved into the other area temporarily that when we went back, I would no longer have my own cubicle. I now have to share a cubicle space with another gentleman in my unit because they are no longer providing spaces to employees who work part-time from home. Isn't that nice? Again, great morale builder. I'm going to be so excited about going in every day. Oh well, boo hiss, don't care. So I finished a second dishcloth in Ross's Dishcloth Along, and I think if you follow me on Instagram, I've posted it there, and if you're doing the knit along, oh my god, it's like, I swear my wheel once in the video, talk. If you're doing the dishcloth along, you've seen me post pictures of both of mine there. I know a lot of you are doing it, and it is such a cute pattern, and I love it so much. I do. And oh god, I got totally obsessed this week. Yes, I did. I mentioned last week in our Come Knit With Us video that Sam outed me, like she always does. Shamed me, totally shamed me. Sam outed me that I had purchased a metric crap ton of yarn at TYF on Saturday, and it was 14 different colors of Cascade 220, because I had decided that I was going to start a log cabin blanket. Stacy Perry, if you don't know her, has a YouTube channel called Very Pink or Very Pink Knits. I think it's called Very Pink Knits. She's also Very Pink over on Ravelry, and I believe she has a group. And she does knitting instructional videos on her YouTube channel, where she provides a free pattern for whatever it is, and she walks you through on video every step of the construction of that item. And she had this wonderful how to knit a log cabin blanket video series, and I think I saw the pattern first on Ravelry, and I fell in love with it then because I love log cabin and I do love blankets, and I think it had been in my favorites for a while. And I was looking for patterns to help out, or not help out, but because Blake over at Eat Sleep Knit had asked for some suggestions, and so that one popped into my head as the perfect option for him because he's a beginner knitter. He's not a beginner, he's an advanced beginner, but he is just starting out on knitting. He's a very, very talented crocheter. I've seen it, I've witnessed it with my own eyeballs. He's very, very good. But he wanted some suggestions for a simpler blanket than an advanced beginner could do, and I thought of this one, so I linked it to him, and the more I looked at it, the more I realized that I was going to have to drop everything I was doing and knit that blanket. Ugh. Had to, because it was so gorgeous. Hers has a black border around each square. Mine is going to have a cream colored border around each square. As Sam will attest. Yeah, what are you going to do? Cream, not black? You're going to do cream or white? Because that's me. But I started it on Saturday night when I got home. Okay, seriously, this has got to stop. I'm getting a different timer. I was saying that Allery over at TYF actually wound all 14 balls of that Cascade 220 for me. So when I got home, it was all ready to go. So I cast on late Saturday night, and I ended up finishing the first square on Sunday, and then finished my second square last night. I cast on the start of the third square this morning, and I will bring those squares with me on Saturday to show on the Come Knit With Us. I would totally show them here, but this is the Come Spin With Me and not the Come Knit With What I'm knitting. I gotta save my knitting stuff for Saturday. Anyway, they're turning out really, really beautifully, and I love them. I do. I think I'm really gonna enjoy that project. Okay, well guys, I promise to keep these short because more because I have to get back to work than because nobody wants to see a long video, but that is going to do it for me today. I hope the change in angle helped. I know that I didn't feel like I was looking away from the camera like I normally do, but hopefully you were able to hear me better. And maybe not, maybe you don't want to hear me. Maybe you'd rather just watch and I just drone on and on. It's boring anyway. Oh my God. I just realized my readers were on my head the entire time. I never took them off and put them on so that I could spin. Oh my God, it's the juicing. It's the kale. It's the kale. It's ruining my brain. It's ruining my brain. I can't even blame it on a windy day because it's totally not windy. And I can't blame the timing on Sam because Sam's not here. Oh, I am so forgetful. Okay. Well, don't tell Sam I did this because she will mock me mercilessly on Saturday. So don't tell her. Just keep it a secret. I really appreciate you guys coming by. As always, please click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment if there's something that you would like to ask me. Something that you would like me to show you on my next video, and if I'm doing something right, tell me. If I'm doing something wrong, please tell me that as well. I'm happy to make adjustments that are reasonable and legitimate, and I think that angle was a great suggestion. Hopefully that helped out. Please let me know if it did. And otherwise, I got to get back to work, so see you guys Saturday, I guess, or next week if you don't watch the Come Knit With Us. See you later. Thanks a lot.